plane here, and those hundreds of detainees, many who were searched and shackled, will fly back home to South Korea.
That's Fox's Madison Scarpino. America's listening to Fox News.
Broadcasting from the Valley's commercial and fleet headquarters studio at PayneAutoGroup.com. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV.
When the odds are against you, a force for justice will be there. When you need someone to defend you, when you need a champion, we will be that force. Day and night, my team is dedicated to fighting for you. Serving our community with offices throughout the valley. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. No other law firm in the valley works harder, reaches more people, and has more resources than the J. Gonzalez Law Firm. So if the unfortunate ever happens and you or someone you love is in an accident, call me, J. Gonzalez. The J. Gonzalez Law Firm, a force for justice.
Happy Monday. Time is 9:40. The Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, and here with Jesse Gonzalez, my friend Jay Gonzalez. We're at the Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you HQ in Edinburgh, Texas. We're also doing live online at the 710 KURV. Producer Freddie puts us on 710 KURV Facebook and 710 KURV X and YouTube, all that. Jesse is also streaming live. Let's acknowledge some of the folks that we have online right now. Where are you, Jesse? And say hi to some folks joining you.
Sergio, how you doing, sir?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Is it Sergio or Sergio? Sergio.
It interchanges. It's all good.
Because those, when you roll those R's, that's impressive. Like, nobody does those R's better than you. Sergio. Like, I should change the Jesse to the maybe some R's or something so I could roll the R's.
Do you have a middle name that maybe we could use, like Rogelio or
I don't.
Raul or
I don't.
something like that?
If I had
Jesus
known,
Raul.
If I had known how cool it was, those rolling R's, I would have, Roberto or Sergio.
Jesus
Roberto. Yeah, something like that.
So where are we right now? Say hi to some nice people joining us.
Jay Gonzalez, top lawyer. Jay Gonzalez, top lawyer. Instagram, Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys. Facebook. Actually, I'm using my personal Facebook, and that's Jesus Gonzalez.
Yeah.
See, Facebook will not verify you if you don't use your official name. So you have to submit your license or your passport.
Okay.
And then if your name obviously is what's on your license, well, then you're verified. And that's why I'm Jesus Gonzalez on Facebook.
There you go. Jesus.
I can't say Jay Gonzalez. I can't say Jesse. It's got to be Jesus, which, by the way, I spoke at my 70th anniversary at Pearson Elementary School this past Saturday morning, and it was such a treat to see the principal that was there when I was there, to see some of my former teachers.
Wait, your principal?
The principal that was there in 1974. In 1974, when I was a kindergarten student, my kindergarten teacher was there. 70th anniversary, Pearson Elementary School in Mission.
Must have been a new teacher, right? At that age, just like fresh out of college, 20s, early 20s, maybe.
Yes, I have a picture
started.
of her, actually.
Wow.
Too bad that I can't show you, but she was the only teacher I ever had a crush on, Mr. Trevino.
Yeah.
And she was there, Serge. And at her age, 50 years later,
wow.
she's pushing, 75 or whatever it is, 80. She is as beautiful as ever.
Oh.
As beautiful as ever.
So you still got a crush on her?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you tell her that?
I when I spoke, I said, I've got some stories to tell. I talked about the things that you should talk about, when you get up there and speak about a former school and celebrating education and so forth. And then when I got past the formalities, I'm like, all right, I got some stories to tell.
Yeah.
So I talked about I was getting in trouble.
Okay.
Because I was very hyperactive when I was younger, even now. And that tended to get me in trouble. If I was bored, I'd bother the other kids, so I wouldn't let them do their work.
So you had to go write your name on
Yes.
the board several times.
And so my favorite teacher was Mr. Gonzalez. He was my music teacher, and he was there. And I told him, you were my favorite teacher.
Yeah.
But I also told him, but you were also the one that always swatted me when I got in trouble, because they have corporal punishment back in the day there at Pearson. So you get in trouble.
Wow.
You got swats. 3 swats every time. It wasn't 1. It wasn't 2. It was 3. Boom, boom,
Mr.
boom.
Gonzalez.
Big wooden paddle.
Yeah.
And Mr. Gonzalez, this big 6'5" guy, man, he would swing that paddle like he was Hank Aaron.
So
like he
was
was
there
Babe
like
Ruth.
a shock or revelation there? I mean, after all, it's Mr. Gonzalez. Did he finally say 50 years later, son, I was hard on you. I was tough on you because you're my son. I am your father.
Well, I said, look, I never thanked you then, but I'm thanking you now because, those swats, it helped shape me. It helped
reduced
me.
The size of my butt.
It helped me become a better person. And one time, Serge, I got in trouble because my best friend and I, we decided that we were going to have a competition. And the competition was whenever we have a restroom break, instead of going to the boys' restroom, we're going to go to the girls' restroom, and we're going to compete to see who can kiss the most girls. And so we said, ready, go, and we went in there, and so we kissed as many girls as possible. I won, but we got busted. We ended up going to the principal's office, Mrs. Escobar, who was there at the 70th anniversary, and yes, we got swatted by Mr. Gonzalez for being bad kids.
So was it worth it then? How many huequillas did
when
you
you
kiss
win when you
there?
win, Serge, it's always worth it. I won. and the swats hurt, but let me tell you, the victory was sweet.
How many huequillas did you kiss when you ran into
5?
5 huequillas.
Can you believe I still remember 5 and he only had 4?
Do you remember who they were?
And man, I was like,
know who they were?
I was like rubbing it in and all that. Well, my crush, my elementary crush was there. And after my speech, she walked up to me. She goes, "Hey, Jesse." And I'm like, "Whoa, Belinda."
Yeah, you really did.
Like, this was like, it was like a different version of Groundhog Day, because I'm going back in time and reliving it, but except we're 50 years older now. And so not exactly. It would have been nice to go back to 1974, but things tend to change 50 years later.
Jesse Gonzalez, Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys. We're at HQ for Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys. We're in Edinburgh, Texas. You guys driving up and down 281, one of the I-69 connections. We're across the freeway from Bert Ogden Arena. You can come in here anytime. Make sure to take care of, number one, take care of yourself and your family if something bad happened to you on the road. Let me take you back to Hot for Teacher. You mentioned you had a crush. Your teacher was your crush.
Yeah. I got in trouble one time also because she was carrying me. And I didn't like any little boy to touch her or to talk to her. So one of them got too close and I punched him in the face. Like, she's my teacher. Like, she's mine. Like, don't even get close. Wow. Kindergartner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mess with my woman.
Yeah. Obviously, those issues got resolved with age.
But I don't think that they expected for me to relate those stories. And when I was a student there in Pearson Elementary School, I was a terrible student. And
you've told me that before.
Yeah, terrible student.
The light switch didn't kick in. Obviously, you were very bright, very intelligent. Were you bored or what was it?
So a lot of it was boredom. A lot of it was my ADHD or my ADD. A lot of it was the fact that I was a migrant farm worker. Sometimes some of these schools had a tendency to like label you a remedial student because you were a migrant. And I automatically got placed like in remedial reading courses, even though I was the best reader in the class. make no sense.
Like dual language things, even back then, or
Well, not so much dual
that didn't kick
language.
in so much later, I don't think.
No, but again, sometimes because you are a migrant farm worker, they're like, okay, you leave school early, you get back to school late. Instead of starting in August,
Yeah.
you start in September, October.
Was that the case for you? You would show up a few weeks after school started?
My parents were real good about not doing that most of the time.
Uh-huh.
But the idea was that they're like, we're going to have to put them in this track. We're going to have to put them with this teacher. And unfortunately, and I found this out later as an actual teacher, when you are a remedial student or labeled a remedial student, they give you the worst teachers because the best teachers are not rewarded with the worst students. And remedial students sometimes are remedial students not because they're slow learners. They're put in those classes because they're troublemakers, or they don't behave very well, or they tend not to want to do the things that good students do. And good teachers are punished by those students. And so I found out later as an actual teacher that if you're a good teacher, and if you get along really well, politically well, with people that are in charge, they're going to give you the best students, the smartest students, the most behaved. So basically, long story short, I had the worst teachers since I was basically in first, second grade. And then it didn't help that because I didn't do well in standardized tests because I never read the questions initially as a kid, because the teachers made a mistake of telling me, hey, don't worry about even reading these questions. It's not going to count against you. You're still going to pass to the next grade. And you're 6 years old. What do you care about reading questions that are not going to impact your life? Even then you understand that concept. And so a lot of factors, came in. But then I decided to do well in these standardized tests when I was in 5th grade. I actually read the questions and blew it out of the water. But to your question, I did very, very well when I wanted to, and I did very poorly when I didn't care. Makes perfect sense. You try, you're going to probably do well. If you don't, then you're probably not going to do well. And so the challenge for teachers nowadays is, how can you challenge those students that tend to get bored easily, and how can you motivate them to want to learn? So motivation is the key there.
Jesse Gonzalez, we're at the J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys Ready to Fight for You HQ, Edinburgh, Texas, here on 281 across the freeway from Port Ogden Arena. I want to recognize that real pretty golden rosary chain you have.
You like it?
Is that a gift? There's a specific reason why you're wearing it today?
Well, first of all, I'm Catholic, Serge. And
first time I see it, though. Why?
And second of all, well, usually I have a suit on. Today,
I'm
wearing a Harley Davidson t-shirt.
Okay.
If you want to see it, Jay Gonzalez Top Lawyer, Instagram. But yeah, this is a rosary that I bought in Singapore, of all places. And I walked into a Dolce & Gabbana store, and they have jewelry for sale at some of these stores. And when I saw it, I go, wow, this is
It's
neat.
real nice. It's real pretty. I've never seen it before.
What's crazy is right after that, I went to the Vatican, and I didn't buy a rosary at the Vatican, but I bought it in Singapore.
Yeah.
And I'm Catholic.
Well, it's pure gold, I would imagine, right?
It's 18 karat gold.
Yeah, it's real pretty. Happy Star Trek Day.
Really?
Star Trek or Star Wars? Real quick.
Star Wars.
Chihuahuas, Jesse. You're the second one. My meteorologist said the same thing. But you're okay with Star Trek, though, right? Yes.
My favorite Star Trek was the one that came out, I think, like 20 years ago, where he's going to go off a cliff. It starts off that way, where he's a kid. Speaking of troublemakers, he's a trouble.
Yeah, you're talking about the new class with Zachary Quinto, and I forget the guy's name. He kind of looks like my son. He's got these big old green eyes and he's bushy eyebrows. What's his name? Great actor.
But yes, that one was an amazing movie.
Yeah, 2009. The reboot.
Yep, my favorite Star Trek movie of all time was that one.
I agree. That was good. I wish they would have continued. They only did like 2 or 3, and then they stopped doing it.
Yeah.
You sent me a legal document that you wanted to reference right now.
Yes.
And I think we need to make some time on that one.
Thank you. Yes. There was an arrest made because of barratry. Mm-hmm. It is a felony. And this person got arrested because there was an accident here locally. I believe it was in San Benito. It was an 18-wheeler accident. And basically, the family was approached by what we call a runner. Why do we call them a runner? Because sometimes these people are referred to as ambulance chasers. They're chasing ambulances of people that are hurt. So if you're chasing, what are you doing? You're running, right? You're running after these victims. So this family was approached by 2 or 3 different individuals. And because they were approached and they were violating this new law that now pays people $50,000 for violating this law. It came into effect September 1st, signed into law. Our legislatures basically, submitted the bill. Governor signed off on it. So it's now $50,000. Anybody that does barratry and gets caught, arrested, you are entitled to $50,000. For those of you out there getting phone calls after an accident, and so they were real good about saving the text messages, the screenshots, the numbers. The numbers were traced. And the number was traced to a local law firm, Almaraz, a local law firm here in the Valley. And these people apparently were working for that law firm. Whether the lawyer knew that that's what they were doing, obviously remains to be seen. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. But that was the law firm tied to these runners. And I'm very outspoken about individuals that do that, because at the end of the day, it's not enough for them to get business from straight up referrals from family members that they've helped in the past, friends, co-workers or whatever, or through legal advertising, commercials, TV, billboards. No, they break the rules. They hire criminals who break the law, who will go to your house, illegally get your information, contact you, and then pretend like they are doing it in an official capacity, like a state agency, from the city, from a hospital. Like, they will literally make up these incredible stories about how they're a legitimate agency that's there to provide legal and medical help. And it's all a lie, because it's a felony to do that. And, no organization would say, let's set up this organization to help accident victims so that we can be thrown in jail and fined $50,000. No one in their right mind would do that. But they will tell you that so they can legitimize their crime. And if you don't know any better, you will become a victim of these people, not just of the accident, but of the fraud that they are perpetuating. And what is that fraud? The fraud is that they work with lawyers that are paying these criminals a lot of money, and they're working with clinics that are paying these criminals a lot of money. They combine their resources, and the victim ends up paying for that crime by way of inflated medical bills and inflated legal bills, because lawyers will claim that, well, they had to hire a private investigator. Well, why does the victim have to pay for a criminal to chase them down and then pay for that service? I don't charge clients because they find me. Say, oh, because you called me today, I'm going to charge you $4,000. No, we charge a contingency fee based on how much money we make a client. It's all in the contract. Everything is discussed up front. Client knows exactly what they're going to be paying for. But when you hire these criminals that call you, show up at the funeral home, at the hospital, at your house, unsolicited, they're going to put bills in your settlement statement, in your disbursement sheet, that are absolutely fraudulent. Instead of a $2,000 medical bill, it'll be $5,000. Well, where does the extra money go? To pay those criminals who are chasing down accident victims. They're not working for free, guys. When you get these phone calls, those people are getting paid to make those phone calls. When they show up to your house, hospital, or funeral home, they're there getting paid lots and lots of money. And guess who's going to pay them? You are. It's going to be taken from your net recovery. So you want to basically avoid that. You don't want to be a victim of that, because you don't want a middleman having everything to do with who you hire, and more often than not, these lawyers, you don't even know who they are. You don't even know have you heard of the Almaraz law firm? I would say probably 9 out of 10 people have never heard, but here they are getting all these cases, more than probably most lawyers do, because they have people getting information illegally, violating their private rights.
Yeah.
And sending them all this business.
This is when you sent me this is the first I heard. House Bill 4325 increased civil penalties for barratry, the illegal client solicitation, from $10,000 to $50,000 per violation effective September 1st. And now included in this new law is direct solicitation via social media, where they message you on social media. Well, call my friend Jesse Gonzalez. If something bad happens to you on the road, 1-800-CAR-CRASH, 1-800-CAR-CRASH. Take care, number one. Take care of your family. The Sergio Show on the road at Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. This is KURV Edinburgh. It's 10 o'clock.
President Trump is taking